What's up, y'all? It's me. I'm back. Still rocking the medium sweater. um, I want to touch a little bit on parenting. I say it all the time, but I'm really gonna try to make this one short. Um, Let me start off by saying parenting is hard. I get it. It is hard. It has to be one of the hardest jobs ever. It is hard. And I've said before, I don't have biological children, but I do have two girls. Excuse me. And it's hard. I get it. And there are so many reasons why people can't be a parent. They can't physically be there for their children. And there are a lot of legitimate reasons. I applaud anyone if they give their child up for a better life because they know they weren't financially responsible or financially stable enough, or mentally stable, emotionally stable. I don't see anything wrong with saying I'm gonna give my child to someone, or give my child the opportunity to have a better life that I cannot provide for them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But what I don't understand is, those people who just choose to not be a part of their child's life, in terms of you didn't give the child up, you had the child and just disappeared. Whether it's, you drop the child off to your mama, your parents, their other biological parent, and just disappeared, didn't say nothing. Or even if there was a communication where, like, okay, you have custody of the child, but there's an understanding that you're still supposed to be in this child's life, and you just disappear and don't say anything. That I don't get. I don't get how someone could knowingly have another person that they help give life to, they help create with their DNA running through them, and just not give a fuck. That I don't get. It makes no sense to me. So again, this ain't about those people who had their legitimate reasons and their understandings. This is about those fucked up motherfuckers. And it's not just, the fathers, because we always hear about the deadbeat fathers. There are a lot of deadbeat mothers as well. And let me also say this, I do feel like a lot of responsibility go on women when it comes to being a parent, and though I get it, people feel like, you carried this child, so you're supposed to already have this bond, and to just disappear or give up, it's like, how can you do that? The mother is supposed to naturally have this bond with this child. It's supposed to naturally have this mothering, nurturing spirit, whether boy or girl. So it's like, we expect it if a dad does it, but a mom is like, what the fuck? But I understand that just because you're a woman don't mean you just equipped, especially the younger people, Motherfucker, if I'm 14 and he 14, ain't neither one of us ready. It's just that I'm the girl, so I'm supposed to keep the baby. I'm not ready either, So again, like I said, there's those situations, and those are, there are moments where it's like, neither one of them ready. But I'm talking about, these grown ass people who just give up, or even if you're young and you still, you older and you might have had more children, and you just check the fuck out. Just fuck your child or children. And it's like, that's so selfish. That's so selfish to just be like, fuck them. Now, if your ass gonna disappear, then disappear. If you're not gonna communicate, don't communicate. If that child gets older and want to look for you, then that's on them. But don't be no in and out parent either, because being inconsistent is just as painful as not being there. Because if I've never met you, or years have passed before and I ain't seen you or anything, I can make myself think whatever it is I want to. But if it's touch and go, I see you every few months, or I saw you in 2013 and you popped up in the beginning of 2015, like, or you call me every 2 months or something, like, that's too inconsistent, and it's like you fucking with the child's emotions. And again, that's so unfair because you will hear where people would say, well, a girl needs her mother and a boy needs their father. And again, that's true. I understand, them saying, the girl needs the mother more and the boy needs the father more, but you need both because both teaches you different aspects of life. As your mother, if I have a son, no, I can't teach him how to be a man from a man's point of view, of course, because I'm not a man. But as a woman, I could teach him how to treat a woman, how to respect the woman. I could treat him how to be a respectable, upstanding young man regardless. Respect ain't got shit to do with gender. Now again, there are some male shit that he's going to need a male perspective on. So again, I understand that. But you have these mothers who feel a little more comfortable because like, oh, he with his daddy, so he good. No, because again, you have that nurturing and the motherly affection that he needs. Like I said, daddy can tell him, how to, what to do when it comes to when he starts dating and how to treat the ladies depending on, his own perspectives or whatever, and from his male perspective. But as his mom, I can teach him, again, from a female perspective, because the reality of it is you have a lot of men, with their sons, it's like, they find out they son smashing a couple of chicks. It's like, that's my boy, get him. They don't even want him settling down. No, you run through. They don't give a fuck if it's sisters, as long as my boy getting it. No. We're going to teach you how to be respectful, first of all. And just like with my daughter, I'm going to teach her ass not to get pregnant. I'm going to teach your ass not to bring on no goddamn babies either. Don't get nobody pregnant. That's not okay. So you need that balance of both parents. So if there's mothers out there who have sons and they feel more comfortable because they have their dad, it's okay to let their father be, have full custody. But don't just check out your child's life. And the same with the fathers, you have these daughters and it's like, well, they got their mom. So, a girl needs a mother. And yes, you need your mother. She gonna teach me how to be a lady, how to be a woman, how to respect myself when I start going through my womanly things and all of that. But who the fuck gonna teach me how to avoid these men who set up these traps? Because my mother may not have ever learned it herself. My mother may be still trying to figure out how to avoid these traps. My mother may still be falling victim to the bullshit that men put them through. So who gonna teach me not to fall for it? Who gonna sit there and say, baby, you deserve more? Because you see me, with different guys a lot, or you could see my self-esteem being affected, So you need both. You need the mother and the father. And again, we know that's not always the situation, and there are several reasons. But like I said, to just know you have a child and to just check out and disappear for no reason, like I said, that's not cool. If you have a child and you know how to get in contact with your child, you need to call them. And what parents need to understand, if you're an absent parent or you're an inconsistent parent, you need to allow that child to ask you whatever they're going to ask you, whatever they need to ask you, and to deal with whatever it is they need to deal with, because you have your way, of course, you have your understanding of why you did what you did and all of that. But as a child, they don't, it's like, but okay, I hear all that, and they may even understand, but it's still like, what they have to do with me though? Like, why you didn't talk to me? Why you didn't come see me? And for those people who make it about money, I ain't got nothing to buy them, I ain't got nowhere to take them, I ain't got nothing to give them, I can guarantee you they don't give a fuck about that. Because my father was absent, and I didn't give a fuck about what he could or couldn't buy me. That was never my thought. Just where the motherfucker at. I don't give a fuck if he come over here and we sit on this porch. He just need to be here. And yes, it carried through my life. It followed me. What the fuck happened? And when I met him, of course, I asked him that. And the truth is, there was nothing. There would have been nothing he could say to make sense. But you do ask that because for however many years, you think it like, so where the fuck you go? Why you didn't come back? Did you not care? And like I said, they tell you whatever they tell you, but you can't get defenses if as a parent you already know if the day ever comes to where your child is going to hit you with those questions, and you already know that you're going to be like, look, don't come at me with, I ain't had time, your mama wouldn't, or your daddy wouldn't. Don't even do it to the child, because you ain't doing shit but stabbing that child even more. If their parent is fucked up, they'll find out what they need to know. If their parent, well, let me say this. Just because someone didn't make a good spouse has nothing to do with their parenting skills. And I get it could be hard. Like I said, I get it could be hard. You go through a fucked up relationship with somebody, and sometimes it's just like, I gotta separate myself. I can't see this person. But when you bring somebody else in, you have to find a way to not make it about you or that other person. And yeah, there are situations where women will make it hard and they will use that child and be, I've seen it so many times. They will use that child to their benefit and keep this child away, from the father. You have men who would do it too. And, use the child as a crutch or as a weapon and all this shit. And that's bullshit too. To any of you motherfuckers that's doing that, stop it. Because when the child get older and they find out, then you looking like, I can't believe you treating me like this. I'm the one that was there. Yeah, bitch, but you kept me because you was mad at him or because you was mad at her. Now again, if you know shit, like real legitimate shit that this child don't, like if you know that this person is an abusive person and they were abusive to your children or could potentially harm your child, yes, you do what you do to protect your child. Again, that's not this situation. This is only about those fucked up motherfuckers, and you know who you are. And like I said, I don't have biological children, so don't nobody hit me with all the, yeah, you don't understand. Now this is Charlene, a 35-year-old woman, but this is the child in her speaking, simply telling you that the child in me didn't give a fuck about whatever kind of issues Debbie and Charles had. Didn't give a fuck. They had shit to do with me. And if you knew the whole story now, Blumbo, I'm just saying, get your shit together. Find a way to communicate with your child. Find a way to let your child know, one, I'm sorry for whatever I've done. I'm sorry for hurting you. I'm sorry for not being there. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry for misleading you. If you a fucked up parent, tell your child that. I'm fucked up. And I don't mean like, if you're on drugs, but like, I don't know how, like, I really don't know how to do this shit. Because that's something I've learned. Everybody just, you may give birth or you may help, conceive, but everybody just don't know how. They just don't know how to parent. It's not built in them. Like I said, that's for man and woman. It's like they just don't have that thing to parent. Like I said, with me, I never wanted children, but I've never had a fear of parenting. If God blessed me with a biological child, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, no, I'll be bomb ass mama. I'm a good stepmama. Now, my girls think I'm mean, cause I am, but I'm a good ass stepmama. And like I said before, I bust a brick for them. So, it wasn't like, I was afraid of being a parent. I was good. I didn't want any. But like I say, you have those who just like, nope, I knew I got pregnant, or I know I got her pregnant. I just don't have it. And it's a fucked up thing to say, like, oh, so you just didn't, but again, if you know that's how you feel, but you don't want to have that conversation, one, don't reach out to them. Or if they do reach out to you, then, you know what I'm saying, don't waste their time if you're going to hit them with some bullshit. Be real with them. Like I said, let them say what it is they want to say. Let them have their moment, because you got to understand this is a lot of shit that they're processing. All the hurt and all the shit and all the questions. And they going to hit you with questions, and they might stop, and then they going to hit you with some more. It's going to be a lot I don't understand. And then you have, expectations. And this is to those children, You have to also understand, if you reach out to your parent or your parent reaches out to you to build a relationship, you have to know that whatever it is you expect may not happen. You may want to have this everlasting relationship with this parent that may not happen. They may allow you to ask them their questions, and they may answer you, and that may just be it. And you have to find a way to make peace with that. Don't take that on as you. Because the reality of it is, just like your ass didn't ask to be here, you didn't ask to be abandoned. But it had nothing to do with you. I don't give a fuck if they look you in your eye and say, I didn't want you. That ain't got shit to do with you. Because if it wasn't meant for you to be here, you wouldn't fucking be here. And the truth of the matter is, there is someone, whether it's your other parent, your grandparent, your auntie, your adoptive parent, whoever it is that's taking care of you, they love you. And wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Because like I said, just because somebody gives us birth or help gives us life does not mean they are meant to parent us. So don't ever fault yourself, because that's something I didn't do. Yes, it hurt me, but I never blamed myself. Even when I went to therapy, and it's almost like my therapist tried to get me to say it. No, bitch, I'm not saying that. I don't feel responsible. Like, I didn't do shit for this motherfucking leave, and I never felt like, what did I do wrong? I never felt like that coming up. I never had the what did I do wrong where he didn't want me. Even when I found out I had other siblings, I didn't think that. Now, I ain't gonna front, it's kind of backwards. I thought it as I got older a little bit, like, because once I met him, it was like, well, why we still ain't, like, it's like he still don't want nothing. So, what the fuck is up with that? But I realized, hell, he ain't got no relationship with none of his children for the most part. I mean, we all love him. We all know him. We all cool with him. But he just ain't that guy. He loves us too. But he's just not that fatherly guy. The guy that I had in my head, he's not that dude. So I have to make the decision of, I'm either going, not accept him at all because he's not what I wanted, or I'm going to accept him as he is, because I'd rather have what I have than none at all. That's the decision I had to make. And that's the decision you may have to make. Like I said, it may turn out to be everything you thought and better. I'm just saying, let it be what it is. But don't blame yourself. And don't be angry at the parent or the guardian or whoever it is that is there. You gonna go through some shit, but don't take it out on them because your father ain't there or your mother ain't there. Don't make them feel like it's their fault, because it always shit that you don't understand. It's shit that as a child you're not even supposed to know. Your mind ain't gonna understand it. It's not meant for you right now. Like I said, if you want to reach out and give them a call or look for them when you get to a certain age, that's on you. But let it be what it's gonna be. But don't hold that shit in. Don't you take it. It is not your issue. It is not your problem. And like I said, whatever you feel, and allow yourself to feel it. But again, I know I keep saying it. But it's just so important. Don't make it your issue, and don't take it out on whoever is there. Whoever the person that's been taking care of you. Been feeding you, giving you shelter, clothes, love, nurture. Or, don't take it out on that person. And for girls, I'm not even going to get into that right now because it's a whole other video. That's just a little bit I wanted to give on that. Hopefully, I was able to get my message across. All right.